too.
Cleaned up everything.
Now
Got some coffee. We split a coffee because I got a free one. And this is good. I feel it already.
So we were talking about the party and the birds attacking the little girl.
So yeah, that was like a major attack in the movie. One of the first ones, I think. I can't remember right now. But yeah, very good. One of my favorites. I think I said that too. The little girl on the ground with the legs. I'm like, okay, girl. You could try harder.
Everybody could have tried harder in that movie with the birds.
Yeah.
Okay. Birds.
Birds.
And then
you just whisper birds in the phone. Yeah, anyway.
You're acting hysterical. Of course we are. Of course we are. Because I'm a woman, right? I have a uterus. Is that what it is? Because I feel like men always just disregarded shit.
Girl, yeah. And that's definitely what it was when they had all the birds in the house, right? The cop fucking comes. The mom is like about to have a nervous breakdown any moment for any reason.
Fucking moment.
And the cop's like, maybe they provoked him. Maybe they were asking for it.
Right? Like,
maybe the birds saw they were wearing a short skirt. Like, maybe, I'm like, cop, what are we doing? Like, they're telling you.
The birds saw they were wearing a short skirt. Maybe you turned down the bird's compliment. You didn't like that.
Maybe you didn't like that. He had one too many drinks. Like,
maybe he said, hey, smile a little bit more.
Maybe you said, no, I don't want to. I'm a contemporary woman.
Maybe the bird saw you walking without your boyfriend. Who knows?
And that's
maybe he saw your ankle.
You showed too much ankle. Too much. You weren't wearing gloves at the appropriate event.
You were fucking mismatching. Girl. Them birds said, we're going to attack you.
Get her ass.
Get her ass, you're mismatching. And okay.
That's one of my notes is literally birthday party massacre. And I put gulls because the gulls were the culprit in that attack. There were different birds throughout the movie.
Well, the only birds I saw were just like crows and seagulls.
And then in the house attack, remember, they were like sparrows. They were the little brown birds.
Oh, you're right.
And they were like all over
little
the fucking
chi-chi
place.
birds. We call them chi-chi birds.
Girl,
chi-chi birds.
That was I can't even.
And those how could you get hurt from those? The little ass house finch.
But there was like hundreds of them.
So it's like hundreds of needles coming at you.
Yeah, and this is like actual real stuff. They had a lot of complications with the birds and trying to make it look realistic or whatever. They spent a lot of money at some point in the beginning on trying to make like robot birds. It did not fucking work. It looks,
hey, some of them look robotic.
Yeah, and you can still tell some of them like.
But I'm sure some of them were puppets too.
But then, yeah, they actually worked with 25,000 live birds.
Oh, shit.
And you can tell that there's real birds in some of the shoots.
Yeah, you can. Like, of course, obviously the part where they're just all standing around looking at people. I'm like, look at them birds just sitting there.
Yeah, and they're there. Girl, these poor birds. I feel this movie was...
I know, I hope the birds were not subjected to any harm, but back in that day,
they were literally
rights were very far few.
Yeah, they were tied to the roof, some of the birds. Yeah.
I wish you had not told me that.
Yeah.
What do you mean they were tied to the roof?
Because they wanted them to stay in place, and they're fucking live birds, and they wouldn't, so they tied them to the roof and for some of the shots, yeah.
I hope they weren't hurt.
But on the plus side, the gulls and the crows, or I think they were crows, they were so smart, they couldn't get caught as easily in the end.
Crows are smart.
The gulls got so fed up with everybody.
The gulls?
that they started attacking people and deliberately trying to go for their eyes.
In real life, like in the movie? Oh, shit.
Yeah, like behind the scenes stuff, yeah. And the birds, they gave like the crew mites or some shit.
I'm happy for them. I'm happy that happened. And honestly, I'm happy for them. That's the best glow up ever.
Girl, deliberately coming for your eyes.
The birds were like, oh, you want to sing? You gotta sing. You motherfucker.
You didn't get that shot. We we gonna get that shot? Like,
Get this shot.
Get this fucking shot.
People are like, wait for the camera. Nah, this is what you want, right?
Like the mom seeing the guy with the with no fucking eyeballs.
Oh, I know, right? That was probably like the most scary scene ever, is when you see the dead guy with no eyes, like he's all bloody, and she's like, oh, you know, like
that was pretty grotesque.
it was
right?
grotesque, and I can imagine back in the day, people were like, oh my god,
empty
like,
socket, just head
this is
to
horrible,
toe,
you know.
bloody.
Okay, my memory card got full. I had to add another one. We were talking too much about it.
We got too excited.
We'll wrap it up, because Nikki here has a performance that she was. I'll do it. We'll do our best bird impression.
This is perfect right here. I'm gonna walk up to the camera.
Okay, here you
Right
go.
here.
Go ahead, do it.
Okay. Wait, I need my purse.
Do it,
Okay,
girl.
so
Do it.
basically where we're at in talking about we went back actually. Talking about the guy that had his eyes plucked out. And he's dead. The mom finds him, you know, and the mom is, like I said before, at any moment she's going to have a nervous breakdown, right? So she has her purse, right?
My dog's gonna be like,
She sees the man, she's just like, oh my gosh, and she's running out. Like, she's running.
I do remember that part. Some of that shit made me laugh.
It was so bad.
And then the part when Tippi Hedren was like trying to get out. Okay, now we're gonna just reenact some of this shit here. Okay?
Yes.
'Cause this is like the ending of it. I'm gonna go to this door over here, right? Because for those who have seen the birds, y'all remember. So like the part where she's like trying to
Here's
get
your
out.
flashlight. Here's your flashlight.
She's like, she opens the door. And then the birds she's in that room with the birds, right?
Yep, she's in the upstairs room.
And like all these fucking birds start coming at her, and she's like, and then the birds are hitting her, and she's literally like trying to open it. She just came from the door. She's like trying to open the door.
She opens it multiple times.
Multiple times, but not getting out because I guess the birds were like too much, and she's like.
The birds were holding the door
The
closed.
birds
That's
were
what it
holding her
was.
down, and finally she just passes out, and then the guy has to like help her.
Pecking her to death, almost.
Help me, Leia! Help me!
She's got the water bottle.
No, give it to me.
Oh my God, happy girl.
No. It's got water in it, bitch. Anyway,
But yes, that was one of.
so many fucking scenes. And then we gotta do the scene of the little girl on the floor. Who's doing it?
Wait. Okay, a couple more things, right?
Okay, one more thing.
There was one scene with the gas station being blown up.
Oh,
right?
girl, how could we forget the gas station scene?
Girl, and she's you have to see it. Exactly what I'm talking about. When Tippi, I keep saying Tippi, when Melanie is reacting to the fire coming up.
Oh, girl, you
my
got
God.
snippet.
It was so fucking funny. Watch. Are we gonna show the camera?
Yeah, show
Okay.
it, girl. Show the camera. People will see it.
Oh, you can't really see it.
You can see it.
But her face is like scene. Watch.
It was definitely seen and seen. I can
Boom.
see it. Yeah, I can see it. We got it. You know, that shit is classic.
Hey,
All in all.
getting pecked to death. Why aren't the lovebirds affected?
Oh, yeah.
Mitch opening the door. Why the fuck are they docile?
Oh, yeah, right. So the very end of the movie, since we're wrapping it up
That's
now,
it. Yeah, that's what I was speed going through there.
is, yeah, like all of a sudden when he goes out of the house and
They're just all there.
they're just all
posted.
there, and he's just like able to slowly walk through them.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is it? Did they
had just had a major attack.
They
And then
just
he's
attacked
taking his
Melanie.
ass out there.
Then he takes Melanie out, and then they just drive off into the sunset.
Yeah, she looks lovingly up at Mitch's mom and realizes, you're the mom I never wanted. And they drive off.
Oh, God. So that part didn't make sense to me, because when it ended, I was like, well, what happened to the birds? Why were they like that? Like, they just took off? That's it?
I'm assuming it seemed like people thought that this was happening everywhere. I don't know. Am I wrong about that?
I don't know.
Like, why didn't y'all get in your cars and fucking drive? Like, what is going on?
There's a lot of stuff that didn't make sense, but again, you know.
And everybody in that cafe, once it was happening, they were expert about birds.
That's true. They were. They sure were.
I just have to say it. That old lady talking about.
Oh, that old lady was a G.O. She was talking about birds, and she was like, birds don't do that.
Yeah.
Birds.
It's like 5.78 million birds are here right now. I'm like, what?
That's a lot of fucking birds. And honestly, I will say this. That's a
scary number.
I believe that there are far more birds than there are humans.
I could see that. I mean,
so I could imagine that the ratio of bird to human. Yeah, probably could do it.
They could get it.
I mean, imagine if birds of prey decided to do this. Now, then we would be in trouble, like fucking eagles and condors and fucking owls and raptor birds. We would be in trouble then if they decided to come. They gonna hurt us. I
mean, think about if you're outside and there's 40 crows. I mean, you see the talons in the playground scene. Those big ass. That's a lot.
We do see a lot of them birds when they be in the parking lot chilling. I love that shit though. Carmela gets so scared about it. You know, like when the birds be gathered in the parking lots when it starts to get cold. You know what I'm talking about when you see all the birds.
I got swooped by one of them fucking birds twice.
Well, how come they don't? Why do they swoop you?
I don't know. I went under a tree. That was the only thing I could think of. I was walking from.
He probably went by his nest.
And girl, I saw the shadows, literally like the birds. I saw the shadow, boom. I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, oh. And like a few steps, and then boom, it tries to. I was like, what? So I started running because I'm like, it's trying to get me.
I mean, let's talk about. Okay, I know we said we could wrap it up, but there's so many theories here. Like, what about if, like, even like, so what if all birds were affected by this? Like geese, ducks. Can you imagine ducks trying to hurt you?
Yeah.
But they don't hurt. People are so scared. People are so scared of ducks and geese. And honestly, I've been bit by them. And it's just like little like, you know, it doesn't hurt.
What if there were 40 of them on you?
I just pictured that.
Because that's what I'm saying. That scene.
Well, I mean, all you gotta do is just smack them around. That's why they got long necks. I mean, I hate that we have to do that, but grab them motherfuckers and be like,
use one as a weapon.
Exactly. What is it? Here's a first. It's kind of
like in Alice in Wonderland with those fucking.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm just thinking of in all the birds or macaws. Now, macaws could hurt you too, like a macaw parrot. So if all the birds just went rogue. We would be in. I guess you're right. We would be in trouble.
I mean, I think you
because some birds be like strong. Like I said,
there's
like
probably more birds than humans. So
like the golden eagle, that motherfucker is gonna kill us all if he decided to go.
It's probably a big scary bird. I'm assuming.
I'll show it. I'll put a snippet of a golden eagle, and you will see that motherfucker picks up whole ass goats, picks them up in the air and drops them. That's what that'll
eat them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one way to do it.
All right, guys. Well, I guess we're going to wrap it up.
One last thing that I don't want to fail to mention amongst my love for this movie is my awareness that Hitchcock was a fucking sicko. He was a creative, mad genius. And Tippy did talk about in an interview that he physically, it wasn't sexual, it was a physical assault. And he made her life hell, basically.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I do know he was crazy.
Yeah, he really was terrible, especially during this movie to her. Put her health and safety. I mean, we talked about that with the alien scene being recorded and then not knowing. He did that a lot to Tippy, basically saying, oh no, we're going to use fake birds. And then she comes in and it's real fucking birds, like, live in action being thrown at her. She got injured.
But that's kind of like, it is kind of genius because it's like you're telling the actor, oh, this. But I guess back in that day, people were like, oh my God, you know. But I think now, I don't know. Now they use CGI, but
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like that is kind of genius, though. I mean, I get it, you know, but also, you know, obviously he should have told her, hey, we're going to use like birds, so be ready.
Yeah, I was just, safety thing too back then. And Tippy said it too. She was like, yeah, if any of that stuff would have happened to me now, she's like, I would be a rich woman.
Oh,
because he was really like abusive, basically. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to add. That I'm aware of that. I do love
but don't put up with abusive shit.
Fuck no, fuck that. Nowadays that would never fucking fly.
Exactly.
I don't know.
But yeah, a lot of directors in Hollywood. It's Hollywood. Can we say?
Period. Users and abusers. Anyways, so that was our mukbang / I was so excited to talk about this fucking movie because I do love it, and it's just a classic, and I'm glad this bitch finally saw it.
Oh my God. Okay, bye y'all.